What's going on, Guitar Heroes? My name's Nathan Whitney. Welcome to this lick breakdown for Blake Shelton's All About Tonight. So I've taken the guitar solo from the record, learned it pretty much note for note, and then I've taken the steel solo from the record and learned it pretty much note for note and applied it to the guitar. So I get a nice full guitar solo out of it. I kind of separate the solo into the four parts, sort of the first half of the guitar solo, the second half of the guitar solo, the first half of the steel, the second half of the steel. So let's start off with the first half of the guitar solo. It starts with a slide up to the 10th fret on the 4th string. Gives us that C there. Now the next four notes are actually double stop notes. Two notes play at the same time. So we're going 8th fret is barred with our first finger, and we're plucking with our middle finger and our ring finger on our fretting hand. And then the next double stop is the 8th fret on the first string, the E string, and the 7th fret on the B string. So, and then I move down to like that D shape, but I'm just playing the top two notes, double stop again. So 5th fret of E string, 6th fret of B string, and then move that shape down to the 3rd fret. So 3rd fret of E string, 4th fret of B string. So the lick is, and I'll give you the timing of this, but let's just worry about the notes to start off. After that, we have kind of a chicken-picked, rolling, bluesy lick. We pluck the 3rd string, the G string, with our middle finger as we play the 5th fret of the G string. So we're picking up, plucking up, pluck, and then roll down to the 5th fret of the 4th string, pick the 5th fret, use your first finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, pluck, and then move your first finger down to the 2nd fret, pluck, and back to the 5th fret of the 4th string. So that section together. All right. And we're gonna do this in time, so it goes. So we go. Slide down to the 4th fret, hit the 4th fret again, 3rd fret with your 2nd finger, 1st fret on the 4th string with your 1st finger, and do a kind of a bluesy quarter tone bend there. And then down to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, down to the 1st fret with your 1st finger of the 5th string, and the 5th fret, 5th and the 5th fret. So the timing for that whole first section is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, 1, 2, 3. A little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and a 4, 2, 3, 4. So starting the second half of the guitar solo, we have a bend starting on the 15th fret of the high E string, and it's a minor 3rd bend. And then we're descending down the blues scale, the C pentatonic blues scale, which has that flat 5th in there. So 15, 14, 13 on the 1st string, 16, 13 on the 2nd string, down to the 14th fret on the G string, which is a really cool addition to the blues scale. So after that cool note, we do 13 on the 2nd string, 16 on the 2nd string, and we do a major bend. It's 2 whole steps. It's kind of like, well, 1 1/2 and a quarter, 1 3/4 of a bend. And we let it go. 13 on the 2nd string, 15 on the 3rd string, 12 on the 3rd string, 13 on the 2nd string, 12 on the 3rd string, 14 on the 3rd string, and finish on the 13th fret of the 2nd string. So that second half of the guitar solo is a triplet phrase. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. How you pick it is totally up to you. I think I'm alternate picking it. Let's go really slow. Yeah, totally up to you. So let's put the first half of the entire solo together. So this is the actual guitar solo from the record. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and triple. 4, 1. All right, we did it. I think we did. I think I did it. Hopefully you did it. We're gonna move on to the steel solo that I've kind of put onto the fretboard here. So instead of hitting the single note on the 13th fret of the B string at the end, what we're gonna do is more double stops. So right into double stops there. So the double stop is kind of that D shape again, but just the top 2 notes. So 12th fret of the 1st string, 13th fret of the 2nd string, and we're just going to descend by semitones, but giving the first 2 notes, the first note, hit it twice. 1 and 2 and. All right? So more double stops. This time on the 13th fret of the 2nd string and the 14th fret of the 3rd string. And this is kind of like an F shape, but just the lower 2 notes. And I'm playing with my 2nd and 3rd, I'm fretting with my 2nd and 3rd finger and still using my 2nd and 3rd finger on the picking hand to do double stops. So it's a bend up, holding it, playing the 13th fret of the 2nd string with our pinky. While this is still bent up, plucking, releasing, and then 10th fret on the 3rd string. And that whole section rhythmically is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the second half of the steel solo starts with bending the 15th fret on the B string up to the 17th fret while holding the 15th fret on the high E string. Bending up 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, 1 and 2 and 3, release down to the 14th fret on the G string, and then we're pushing or anticipating beat 1 of the next bar with a double stop to a hammer-on, which is holding your first finger on the 13th fret of the 1st string and 2nd string and hammering on with your 3rd finger on the B string to the 15th fret. The last part, after we do that hammer on, we hit the 14th fret on the G string and slide down with our 1st and 3rd fingers to the 11th fret on the E string and the 13th fret on the B string. And then resolve with the hammer on with your 2nd finger to the 12th fret. So that last section, so the whole steel section put together is let's put the whole solo together from the top. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's how I play it. Now I always do little variations, like on that last bend. You can do that. So there you have it. It's the All About Tonight guitar solo and steel solo mashed together in one. Lots of great licks in there. My name's Nathan Whitney. Thanks for checking this video out. I'll see you on the internet.